So recently a guy called Hamza made a video on the 17 self-improvement habits. He is the face of self-improvement nowadays and he is the guy who most people look up to. But I feel like one law he missed. That is why I have made this video titled The 18th Law. And I'm gonna walk you through the 18th law of the self-improvement that I think he missed, though it is inspired by him only. But before starting that one, I would like to tell you that if you have already watched, you can directly skip to that section of the video, or else you can watch the entire thing. I prefer you watch the entire thing because these include my realizations and my interpretations of the messages, so it's your choice. Now let's get on to the self-improvement habits. Now, law number one, motivation is a treat, but discipline is a necessity. My interpretation, or basically it is same as everyone else, that is motivation is fickle. It can come and go. It is very easy to not get motivated. It is very easy to feel like I am not feeling motivated, hence I will not do the task. But discipline, once you build an habit, build discipline, it will stay with you for the rest of your life. Law number two, SMART goals are king. We have all heard that acronym SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time bound goals. If you set proper goals, they will lead you to great successes. Goals can be a separate video by themselves because goals are very, very much important, and do not even underestimate how much you can make progress towards. Some goals might seem unreasonable and not smart in that sense, but if you set proper goals and if you do the hard work, then you can achieve them. Law number three, morning routines are overpowered. This I have yet to try out, but I have received feedback from many people that whoever does those morning habits, they generally perform the task better. My current modern routine just consists of doing deep work, and it is not even a proper routine, you could say. I just get up and just do the hard work, or you could say the grinding work. Now, law number four. Law number four is actually a Japanese philosophy known as Kaizen, which is basically you become a lifelong student. You are open to learning new things for the rest of your lives. There is so much science related things to show that once you stop learning, your brain deteriorates. So you have to keep on learning till the day you die. You just have to say to yourself that I will learn till the day I die. Learning is literally going to change your life, and that's not even an exaggeration. I have personally dedicated 2 hours of my entire day to just learning, just reading books and watching podcast, whatever you feel is most appropriate for you. But learning, I personally believe it will change your life. Law number five, you're the average of five people whom you spend time with or consume, or that is my side notes, that is, or consume content of. Nowadays through social media we have been connected to so many people. We consume the content of so many peoples, and now it is not just limited to this first phrase that you are the average of five people you whom you spend time with. It has become you are the average of five people whose content you consume, because let's say I consume the content of smart people like Hamza, like Ali Abdal, Alex Amos, etc, etc. I am going to become more like them. Instead of, if I just consumed, for example, a gamer's content, then I will be more willing to play the games instead of learning new things. Law number six, progressive overload. Now, progressive overload is, it dates back to ancient Rome and Greece, so most people already know what progressive overload is. And if you don't know, I am just going to explain it in brief. Progressive overload is basically starting with a small task, then gradually increasing the load of the task. Let's say you study for 15 minutes today, then next day you try to hit 20 minutes, then 30 probably, then you might try to hit 1 hour. Don't have focus and you directly jump to I'm gonna study 2 hours a day. It's not gonna happen. You have to progressively overload yourself to get to that point of 2 hours. Number seven, weightlifting. For me, it's exercise because I don't have access to gym. Doing calisthenics, but yeah, weightlifting, for especially for guys, it's really helpful. And not even just weightlifting, any exercise in general is good because we train our bodies, and it will also make you look good, feel good. There are countless benefits. You will live longer. Law number eight, 1 hour of video games time pass is unacceptable. Time pass is basically my substitution for video games because I have quit games a long time ago. I wasn't really addicted to them, but yeah, whatever. For me, it seems to be anime, all that. But 1 hour of anything is unacceptable if you schedule it in specifically. You might try to justify that saying that it might be unwinding at the end of the day. Just think about it. Those 1 hour of time that you are wasting by scrolling on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram or whatever, you could have watched a full length podcast or read a book, which would have actually helped you instead of those instant gratification activities. Law number 9, don't creep a streak. Now, this is most relevant for people on NoFap because they are too obsessed with keeping a streak. They feel like, my God, my goodness, I'm at day zero, day, let's say day 5, day 6, day 7, like this. They constantly obsess over those numbers. You have to think about that. Once you start keeping a streak, you just become weird because why would you obsess over a bad habit? Why would you say to yourself that I have not done a bad habit for this many days? That means that eventually you're gonna do the bad habit someday, right? Your life is very long. Now, once you do that, you're gonna feel like shit. Let's say you have a streak of 1500 days for meditation or something like that. One random day, due to one random reason, you cannot do it. You're gonna feel like shit and you're gonna probably even quit meditation because of the impact it will have on you. Law number 10, you can make a horse go to water, you can't make it drink water. Now, this one I really like because I have tried to get people onto self improvement and it just always fails. The reason it fails because self improvement by itself is too much hard for those who want the results. So you can just expect that it will be even harder for people who don't even want the results. They have to first figure out their darkness inside themselves and have to realize most probably you have also used 6 to 12 months of your life just figuring out what to do and all the self improvement habits and all. You just can't expect someone to randomly start self improvement because you are saying. Law number 11, productivity is the gateway of making money. Now, productivity is the gateway of making money, sure. It's gateway of so many things in life because if you are productive, you will literally do 10 times better. And once you do 10 times better, you probably get 100 to 1000 times more the result. Imagine an average student, right? If you study 10 times better, not more, but better than an average student, you're not gonna get those same average marks. You're gonna get way beyond the thing which you probably did not even think that you are capable of. So productivity is gateway of many things. Once you become properly productive, life will change. Now this leads us very nicely to law 12 is high performance people are 100 times more productive than you. I guess it was quoted by Naval Ravikant and he said forget 10x programmers, 1000x programmers exist. That means that a guy exists who is 1000 more efficient than an average programmer. For example, Notch, the guy who made Minecraft, he is 1000 times more productive or more efficient than a normal programmer who is gonna take so much long to do a single project. Notch, who has this much experience, he can do that same project in probably 5 minutes, which will take an hour for the average person to do. Law number 13, you need an FTE of this event. Basically, what you need is a hard realization. I won't go hard as to too much brutal or gaudy, something like that, or something that gives you PTSD. You need an event like this that you think that why am I still existing? Come on, like you need something of a realization. It's different from actually enlightenment because enlightenment is basically when you try to get an answer, but you specifically try to get an answer by doing journaling and all that thing. But this FT is basically an event which randomly occurs without any warnings. Law number 14, you have to leave people behind. Now, this is, I know for people very hard because once you get on to self improvement, your graph is gonna look like this, right? Most people will stay here. Most people will just go constantly. You're gonna get exponentially better, but they will just stay in mediocrity, and so you have to leave them. There is nothing we can do about that. Law number 15, don't trust your Jeffrey brain. Now, for people without context, brain, you have experienced this yourself that your brain has two parts. One is the logical part that is always saying to you that be more productive, do more things, do good things, and one is the stupid part which just wants instant gratification. That is what Hamza calls Jeffrey brain. Now, whenever you trust your Jeffrey brain, or the brain which tells you to indulge in those bad habits, you're naturally gonna indulge, you're naturally gonna scroll one more reel and one more TikTok and all of that. But once you and listen your proper brain, that your, what in Hamza's language it will be Adonis brain's words, you're gonna become those 1000x programmer guys. Law number 16. The environment controls your action. Now I can't emphasize this enough because I have actually seen these results in my life and it has boosted massively. What I did was just move a table from one corner of my room to the other, and I kid you not, my productivity increased at least 10 times minimum. And that's not an exaggeration, and environment really does control your action. And I just think that what if I did not stay in my home and I just moved out somewhere else, what life would have been for me. And seriously, environment does control your action. For example, let's say, here we go, let's say I have these earphones randomly scattered in my field of view, right? FOV, field of view. If it was to stay somewhere, then I would just randomly look at it and think, my god, what a mess is there, and I need to clean it, I need to clean it, but I would procrastinate and I would just not clean it. It will become a tug of war in my brain what to do. But imagine if this same thing was organized somewhere, probably in my drawer or somewhere, I would not think about it, I wouldn't look at it. So environment does not necessarily mean that you have to make a huge big change. It just means that you just have to change a little thing in your field of view. This is very nicely explained by Jordan Peterson. You can search that Jordan Peterson environment. Now, law number 17. Books and courses are better than YouTube and TikTok. If you have more than two brain cells, you already understand that. So I'm not gonna waste your time on this one. Finally, law number 18th, the one you've been waiting, or you probably directly skipped. You become your future self. Now, that is not an exaggeration. We already know that after a certain point, we will become our future selves and we will regret the actions of our current us. We will just think back to past and think that, why didn't I do that, do the correct time at that time? Why didn't I go to sleep early? Now my sleep schedule is all messed up. Why did I just eat the junk food? Why did I waste 2 hours every day playing Minecraft or something like that? One good tip I will give you is just install an app to convert yourself into a old person. I personally have made that picture of me. I will probably put it on screen. That actually helps. That really helps to think that, my goodness, yes, I'm gonna be old one day, and I'm gonna look back on the actions of the present me. Either I'm gonna regret or I'm gonna have a smile on my face. And if I don't want to regret, then I have to do things right now to make the life of my future self better. Basically, this is the gist of self improvement, that is delaying gratification to make your future self better instead of enjoying the pleasure now. With all of that said, I really hope you liked the 18th law, and that is a law that will last forever. So, thank you for this, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.